Hello everyone, I'm Lakshmikant CH, presently working in SJ Polytechnic, Bangalore. So this is CID session 5. Here we will discuss about the basic elements of drawing in that dimensioning systems. We will study two different types of dimensioning systems like align system and unidirectional system, as well as two different types of arrangement of dimensions, chain dimensioning and parallel dimensioning. Dimensions help to read any type of engineering drawing without any confusion. So to understand any drawing, there should be some size, a dimension, so that there will not be any confusion. So this is a line system and unidirectional system. Okay, aligned dimensioning system. Go through this. In this type of dimensioning systems, dimensions are placed above the dimension lines, which are drawn without any break and written parallel to them as shown in figure. See here, this is the dimension line and this is dimension text or figure is placed above the dimension line at the center. Just leave 1 millimeter gap above this dimension line. You have to show it. They may be read from the bottom or any other side of the drawing sheet. See here, this can be read easily from the bottom, and similarly vertical dimensions you can read from the right hand side of the drawing sheet. Dimensions are placed in the middle and on the top of the dimensions lines. So these dimensions, dimension figure should be placed in the middle, leave 1 millimeter gap at least, then above that you have to indicate dimension text. Similarly for inclined line, this dimension line is made parallel to this and dimension text is shown parallel to this surface only. Unidirectional dimensioning system. In this type, dimensions are placed in such a way that they can be read from the bottom edge of the drawing sheet only. So all dimensions horizontal can be read from the bottom edge. Even vertical dimensions you can see here, these are also read from the bottom edge. Even inclined dimensions, see here, text is aligned towards bottom line only. Here dimensions are inserted by breaking the dimension lines at the middle as shown in figure. So this is the dimension line, break at the middle and insert the dimension value or figure in this. So these dimensions can be read from the bottom, even vertical also. Remember, break the dimension line at the middle and insert the text. All orientations of these texts are towards the bottom only. You go through another sketch. So align system readable from bottom as well as from the right and right edge of the sheet. So from bottom side you can see these, or you can read the dimensions. From the right hand side of the drawing sheet or edge you can read these vertical dimensions. But in unidirectional system, so all dimensions are visible from the bottom edge only, horizontal as well as vertical. Remember, in aligned system, dimension text must be placed above the dimension line, preferably in the middle, and but in unidirectional system, dimension line must be uh, broken at the middle and then insert the dimension text. See here, align system, so readable from bottom as well as from right hand side, and these inclined dimensions meet parallel to this, so this will rotate towards this surface. But in unidirectional system, you just observe this sketch, all dimension texts are in the same orientation, that is readable from the bottom edge. Do's and don'ts on dimensioning system. Align system, dimension line, dimension figure is placed above the dimension line, leave some space here. See here, this is correct, and below in this second example, see here, dimension text is shown below, so this is wrong. Vertical dimension above dimension line, correct. If you show this below, usually students commonly make mistake like this, so that's why this slide has been shown. So this is below, wrong. And see here, it has been mixed, unidirectional, this is also wrong. In unidirectional system, see here, dimension line, break at the center, insert the text, readable from the bottom. So vertical dimension, this is correct. See here, this has been shown as it is in to be shown in aligned system. This is also wrong. Note that the aligned system and unidirectional system should not be mixed together in one drawing. Okay, now let us discuss about the types of dimensioning arrangement. The different methods of arrangements of dimension are, one is chain dimensioning and the second one is parallel dimensioning. Chain means it will look like this, just see here, all dimensions are placed adjacent to one another, no gap is left in between. Parallel dimension means, see here, one datum line is considered, from that first dimension line is inserted, second is to be inserted considering this as the reference edge, cumulatively you add up or measure distance up till here, second extension line. Similarly third one, all dimensions are made parallel to the first one. Remember, this first dimension gap from the drawing is 10 millimeter. Next further you leave 8 millimeter distance. You can see here chain dimensioning. In chain dimensioning, each single dimension is placed directly adjacent to the next dimension without any gap between dimensions line. When chain dimensioning is used, location of one feature is based on the location of the previous feature from which it is dimensioned. So this is the first dimension placed, then this is second extension line origin, these are the continued dimensions. So all dimensions must be in line with the first dimension in this method. Parallel dimensioning, number of dimensions are measured in the same direction from a common feature or surface of the part, that is surface of the part. Method of indicating all the dimensions from the same feature or datum line is called parallel dimensioning. The dimension lines are parallel to each other and equally spaced. As we said earlier, one datum line or reference line is to be fixed from where the first dimension is shown. Then this is the second extension line made parallel to this. You have to draw the dimension line, leave 10 mm, next 8. Next from this datum only you have to measure or you have to show the cumulative distance. Similarly, next dimension is made parallel to the previous one, so dimension is shown from the datum line only. Now I will show a demo how to do this in A4 sheet using rotoscale and micro tip pencil. See here, extension lines are drawn. Then you have to measure 10 millimeter from the drawing to show the first dimension in align system. This gap is 10 millimeter. Don't draw too close to the drawing. Similarly on this side also you draw extension lines. It should be thin. Drawing should be made dark or in continuous thick line, and dimension lines, extension lines, everything must be made using thin line representation. See here, mark the arrowheads close filled. As we said earlier, align system, at the center and above the dimension line you have to show the dimension value like this. Okay, now let us study how to draw the unidirectional system. So this is the drawing. Draw projection draw extension lines. Leave 10 mm space from the drawing. Unidirectional system, here also leave 10 mm. Dimension text must be readable from the bottom edge only in this system. So break the middle line, break the dimension line, and at the middle you have to insert the dimension text. And all dimensions are readable from the bottom. Now let us discuss two different types of arrangement of dimensioning. First one is chain dimensioning. As you all know, chain dimensioning means all dimensions are shown one adjacent to the other in a single line. So this is chain dimensioning in align system. So these are the extension lines made thin. Now leave 10 mm space. Draw dimension line. Place arrowheads like this, close filled. So align system readable from bottom as well as right side. So chain dimension in align system. Now this is parallel dimensioning. You can draw extension lines. Now leave 10 mm space. And draw the first dimension line. So this is 10 mm gap. Next you have to leave 8 mm for the second dimension line. Draw like this. Similarly for third, once again you have to leave 8 mm space. Draw like this. Remember, all the dimension lines must be made parallel to the previous one. So this is the datum line considered now. So from the datum line, this feature distance is 20. Similarly, second dimension line from this datum line is 40. Like that, it will continue. So this is parallel dimensioning in align system. Remember, this distance is 10, 8, 8. Similarly, from vertical side you can draw the extension lines, draw arrowheads. So this gap is 10 mm, this one is 8, then 8, like that it will continue. So this is parallel dimensioning in aligned system. You can see readable from the right side. So, okay, thank you.